Now the inside cross, actually I've ran this play a couple times. I use it to beat cover 3 or catch my opponent, where I can catch him in the seam. But I want to run this a little bit differently because I want to complement that Z spot play. So with inside cross, we're only going to make one adjustment and do one motion. So basically with inside cross, we're going to go ahead and take our number 2 tight end or number 3 wide receiver, a guy in the point of the bunch, and actually put him in a streak. And he's going to be our first progression. We're going to try to high point pass him by holding a left bumper button and his icon to go ahead and try to hit him over the middle. If the defense separates and doesn't touch him or doesn't man him up, I'm going to go ahead and pitch the ball to him immediately. I'm going to give my opponent the same look by putting Matthews and putting him out. And if nobody comes out, I'll basically do that. I've got a check down with the running back, and I've also got the crossing route as to be another route that I'm going to go ahead and jump into. So you got to make your progressions fast, because this particular formation, I don't have any additional blocking. So if you can get yourself in trouble against anybody that does a lot of heavy pressure against you. So right there, went back to the running back and was able to pick up an easy 10 yards. Once again, we're going to streak up our tight end. I'm going to take Matthews and put him on a motion over here just to go ahead and keep our opponent thinking about that one route. And then we're going to do a high point pass over the middle if our opponent actually comes down. So that's going to be one of the first progressions we're going to take a look at. If no one plays this tight end right here, or this third wide receiver, we're going to go and just high point pass him. So it looks like it's a cover 2 shell because these defensive backs actually fall back. And since you got all that underneath route action, I'll go ahead and high point pass him right in front of a safety. I'll take that hit, and look, you can see I picked up a good 20 yards right there with that high point pass. So this looks like it's going to be a blitz. So I got to make my progressions fairly quick. And I've got the deep circle route on the backside. The pressure was coming in, and there was nobody over there on the back of that circle. So if I got one-on-one on the backside, you know you're always going to win with a circle route. So with the motion, you got the drag. Drag is always going to go ahead and make it easy completion for underneath. So that's what I do like about this play, is that I'm going to be attacking my opponent in many different areas. And it's just they have to defend the underneath. You've got the high point pass with the tight end, and you've also got a backside circle that you can attack your opponent with. But you got to know your progressions down very quick. My recommendation is focus on the tight end. If the tight end's not covered, you just look down and you'll be able to see the 2 crossing routes, and you'll pick either one of the 2. If they're getting followed by man, then you can go ahead and make your C route on the backside. You know that that's going to be wide open. So let's go ahead and jump into the other 2 plays that we're going to go ahead and break down for you, which is going to be the Titans bunch and 4 verticals. All right, so the next audible we're going to take a look at is going to be the Titans bunch. And what I like about Titans bunch is just it's a quick play that you can go ahead and run into and cause your opponent a lot of problems. If he runs a lot of flooded coverage, the route combinations makes it very difficult to stop. So let's just go against some random big dime defenses. And really, my first progression, I'm not going to motion anybody. I'm just going to snap the ball. I'm going to look to Matthews right away. And then if Matthews is not covered, I'm going to go ahead and hit him. If not, I'll look at Fasano, and then I've got Walker coming back on the backside. So any kind of man coverage, Matthews is going to go ahead and make an easy completion with it. So I had an opponent I recently played that actually was just using little quick outs, 5-yard outs, and it became so annoying to stop it. Just because you just don't see it a lot in the game. You don't see a lot of like quick little 5-yard outs. Most people try to get a little more depth with their out routes. Matter of fact, out routes are just not utilized a lot in the game. But you can see right here, I'm able to pick up 10 yards, 5 yards, and if I'm quick snapping my opponent, he's not going to be able to get any kind of elaborate blitz set up. Or he's not going to get any kind of elaborate coverage set up against me, because it's just a quick snap type of situation. But I'm just picking up easy yards with this formation. I'm going against random defenses, and I'm forcing it to the same wide receiver. So what's good about it too is that you've got a complement of other routes here. So I've also got this particular route right here where I actually force it in there. I didn't make a right read. Let's see here if I can get it to it. Okay, so that was a man blitz right there, so I can go back to that. It's really what it comes down to is this quick out. This is going to be very, very difficult for your opponent to stop. Let's go ahead and run it against cover 2. So against cover 2, you're still going to make the same progressions. You can still throw the ball to the right person. So if he jumps into sink, you still can do that. If it's a hard flat, that's where you can actually go ahead and hit him with the up top. So what's great about it is that you've got a flood that's going to go ahead and take away a lot of those cover 2 issues that you would have, just because of the way the play is set up. You've got very easy progressions, a good route complements that you can hit your opponent with. So that's what's really, really cool about this particular play, is that it does beat cover 2. Just because the area is just flooded over there with all those different routes. So this is a good play to go ahead and jump into and just quick snap your opponent. It does have a back route, but I really want to focus on this bunch side. That's where I really want to focus at. So let's take a look at the final play, which is actually another play that's been utilized in the Madden Championship to pick up touchdowns. But there's many different ways to go and run this play, which is going to essentially be the 4 verticals out of the gun bunch weak set. But I'm going to show you just how I'm going to go ahead and run it against my opponents. All right, so the last play we're going to take a look at is going to be verticals. This play basically is one play that's been utilized in Madden for years now. And what's great about it is that the route combinations are very, very unique. You can do quick audibles with the other routes and actually build. You can run this play pretty much the entire game if you really wanted to. Now, what I was seeing with the Madden Bowl, some of the top players in the Madden Bowl were actually going ahead and utilizing this scheme just for an easy first down. They'll go ahead and motion out this wide receiver and to do a high pass point lead to go ahead and get an easy completion for a 10-yard gain. Now, they would do that down in the red zone too when they needed a touchdown. So we're going to do a red zone. We're going to push this ball down to the red zone so I can show you how that works. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can go ahead and run this particular play. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and streak up my tight end number 1. I'm going to go ahead and put a deep comeback route on the backhand side. This looks like about a cover 3 coverage right here, or cover 2 coverage. Motion my guy out and just make my progressions from there. As you can see, I've got a huge play that I could probably picked up if Delaney Walker would have came down with the ball, but that's what's really, really cool about this. Is that you've got ways you can attack your opponent, especially if they're concerned about what's going on with that outside wide receiver. Now you're going to be attacking them over in other different areas of the field that he's not used to stopping. So what's good about a play is that you do have a lot of nice little route combinations that you can attack your opponent with. So you still want to keep showing him the same motion because he's going to thinking he's going to have to stop that spot route. And what's good about this is you've got also the backside crossing route. So I really do love this play. This is just a really, really good play that you can utilize. And it's good if you just consciously use it in your scheme and you keep your opponent guessing on what you're going to do. Let's see if we can hit the deep back comeback route. We can right there, just because that linebacker was never going to float out to it. So I'm going to move this ball a little bit closer to the end zone and show you how that wheel route works very good against in like kind of a goal line situation. So we're going to go here inside the 10-yard line. I'm going to go right on the 8-yard line. So we're going to do a high pass point lead with the left bumper. And he just goes right over the top of the defender. So once again, this is a nice little play. Right here, I'm 8 yards out. I take this guy, just motion him over. The defender's on an island with him, but as you can see, he's actually following him completely, so he's covered. But you can do the high pass point lead. If you've got yourself a good tall wide receiver, you can do a high point pass lead, and just go ahead and just go up and get that ball. And it's not like you have to click on or anything like that. You can just let the computer do it. You might want to do like maybe possession catch or just whatever, but you're going to come down with that ball and get an easy touchdown. So that's what's good about this particular play, is that when you get down inside the red zone, you're about 10 yards out, you can go with this particular play just to go ahead and force your opponent to stop it. And you figure in the inside or the Z spot too. That's just going to be something that they're going to keep consciously start thinking about when you motion that guy out. So This is going to be a scheme that I'm going to go ahead and utilize in my Titans playbook. You might have seen some gameplay already, but you know, I do like this formation, the gun bunch weak. You know, I get away from it because I want to try something new, but you know, this is one of the formations that gets used in Madden tournaments on a regular basis, and it's a very popular formation with a lot of offensive books. So once again, guys, I really appreciate the support. I hope you guys pick up some good tips from this scheme, and if you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button, because I'm going to be showing you full live games where you can see me using this against live opponents. So once again, thanks a lot for your support, and until next time.